Dear brothers and sisters, this is Bishop Francis, and I'm speaking to you from Baghdad. The anticipation and finally the dream coming true of the papal visit, the Pope himself touching down and walking on the grounds of the Holy Land, being Iraq, truly was a dream come true. And then to be able to hear the words that he spoke in a church, in a cathedral that had 46 martyrs that were killed for the faith not too long ago, just a few years ago. I believe it was around 10 years ago. With them, two priests. And the Pope's words, first of all, looking around the way he felt, I believe, the sacrifice of the people whose lives were sacrificed and combined with the sacrifice of the Mass, especially the blood of the priests that were offering the Mass, but not only them, but also the people who were with the priest offering the Mass, and then they offered their blood with the blood of Jesus. In the words of the Pope, in his looking at his meditations for the event being at the Our Lady of Redemption Syriac Catholic Cathedral, he offered some meditations that I thought was very important for us to look at, because he not only spoke to the Iraqi Christians, but he spoke to Iraq and he spoke to the whole world. He talked about daily prayer and reflection that gives hope in the joy of Jesus. And this is what will transform the world by the faith that we carry, and especially how we carry the struggles. Because even in the midst of great struggles, daily prayer and reflection on the hope of Jesus and the joy of Jesus will not only give us the strength to allow us to overcome all struggles, but will also use us to become instruments of life for others to see. The words of the Pope were not just given to the Iraqi Christians, but to the Iraqi people, but to the universal humanity of the whole world. And this is his theme, we're all brothers. And his theme is to say that do not look at the other person based on their creed or anything else. Look at them as a human being. And this is, for us as Christians, when we do so, we give the face of Jesus to them. And this is what the love of Jesus Christ impels us to a universal communion. Not to look for it as personal gain, but to witness the love of Christ to others. And he quoted Jesus as saying, "May they be one." So we all share in this mission, in the mission of the church, that even though we are all sinners, misunderstandings can arise, and we can experience certain kinds of tensions. These are the knots that can hinder us to receive the grace. And the imagery that the Pope used was that of a carpet that is weaved with all the different threads. And he said that regardless of these knots, the Lord himself will use us if we are open to him, and that by his grace, these knots can be loosened. Forgiveness and brotherly dialogue instead of tensions and misunderstandings. The reason why is because Christ is the medicine for all of our ailments, especially the ailments that keep us from being united as brothers and sisters. At the end of the meditations, the Pope walked around and saw the different places in the church and the different areas where sacrifices were being offered in the church, along with Christ's sacrifice, as I mentioned earlier. But then at the end, there was a personal book that he had to sign. It's a visitor's book, and he had the honor of signing it first. And he signed it as the sinner who has come here for pilgrimage. So first of all, he recognized Iraq as a holy land. It's as a biblical land, and that he is a pilgrim coming in need of strengthening himself as he comes to give us strength, the people of Iraq, the Christians of Iraq, and the Christians of the world, and for all humanity. This was the basic message that we heard on and on again. Later on, we on Saturday will experience the Holy Mass with our Holy Father, and he will be celebrating a Chaldean Mass translated into Italian. Until then, I leave you with these meditations and praying for God's blessings upon all of you.